All right, this Friday, it is time for the one, the only, the biggest show in boxing goes down. Arlington, Texas. I am, of course, talking about Jake Paul going up against the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, formerly the baddest man on the planet. One of the baddest men to ever walk the face of the earth is going up against Jake Paul, a 28-year-old boxing loudmouth, former YouTuber, former Disney star, says he's now going to be the baddest man on the planet. He's the biggest draw in boxing. He's taking over the sport. And after he's done with Mike Tyson, he's calling out Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. Yes, at 200 pounds, a man that fights at 166 pounds. He wants Canelo to move up 34 pounds, okay? We'll get to that later, but let's talk about Mike Tyson. So these guys have done a lot of face-offs, have done a lot of promotions. It's going down on Friday. There's going to be a tremendous amount of fans in attendance, and fair play to Mike Tyson. 58 years old, he's taken some time away from boxing, about 20 years, and you know what? He feels like he's still got one more in the tank. He wants to feel the thrill of the training camp, of victory, of combat, of winning, and of course, collecting a massive payday. Mike Tyson's going to make $20 million from this. Jake Paul will receive $30 million. So for that, I say congratulations to both men. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It can't be scoffed at. And for Mike Tyson, as a former fighter myself, I understand why he's doing this. It never goes away. It never goes away. You still feel like you've got it. And sure enough, we've seen him on the pads hitting and he looks powerful. This is contested over 6 rounds, 2 minutes long each. And I'm telling you, for the first 2-3 rounds, Mike Tyson is going to be dangerous, and we can see Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul and end this farce once and for all. Earlier this week, it was one of the coldest lines from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, "I'm a natural born killer. Jake Paul, you're manufactured."
Mike, I love you, but this is my sport now. It's an honor to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored. You're a legend, but I'm going to take your throne, brother.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural born killer. That's the difference.
And I could not have said that better. Mike Tyson nailed it there. Jake Paul is manufactured. He is a wannabe. He is a fake. He is an imposter. Now, granted, he's a big lump. He walks around at about 220 pounds. He's got some boxing skills and he can crack. And I respect anyone that steps into the ring. So you've seen my other videos. I'm not going to go on about it. It's the fact that he calls out 58-year-old guys like Anderson Silva that are 46 years old. Just fight somebody your own age, somebody in their prime. Simple as that. Stop cherry picking opponents. But still, as I said, Mike Tyson said that he is manufactured, and I believe that he is. Jake Paul is a businessman. I've said this all along, masquerading as a fighter. He's a businessman, and his business is booming. And for that, congratulations. It's hard to get ahead in life. He's nailed it. He's cracked it. He's making a shit ton of dough, and I can't hate on him for that. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, what do I think happens in this fight? Well, let's be honest, not hating on Jake Paul, even though his dad, Jake Paul and his dad were having a real complaint and a whine about me, saying, "Oh, Bisping's always talking negative." As I said, all you got to do is fight someone your own size, your own weight, in the prime, and that can actually box. Do that, you will have my respect. Just stop talking shit about these former legends, okay? That's where I get annoyed. That's the only reason I'm annoyed. You live your life, buddy. We've never met in person. Sure enough, he sent me loads of DMs talking shit and calling me a sellout and all this kind of crap, right? I've never met the guy. He could be a wonderful human being. He comes across as a bit of a douchebag, if I'm honest, but fair play. My problem is all this shit that he talks. All right, this video is sponsored by Premier Fight Picks, which is owned and operated by Bardia Helmi, a top combat sports bettor and analyst with an all-time 70% strike rate, publicly tracked over 6 years. On the last UFC fight night, he went 9 out of 11 on quick picks and 3 out of 4 on bets, hitting on a parlay with Magnus versus Pratis under 2.5 rounds, and Damon Blackshear, a proper Mearchart versus Derrida under 2.5 rounds, and then a 2-1 underdog, Gaston Bolaños. If you like to bet on fights and you're looking for help picking winners, then visit Premier PremierFightPicks.com. With Jones versus Miocic right around the corner and 4 more events scheduled in the next month, now is the perfect time to sign up. Bardia is offering weekly, monthly, and yearly subscriptions to get you in on the best MMA bets, quick picks, and analysis. There's a total of 8 bets posted for UFC 309, including underdogs, parlays, and props, with plays on the both highly anticipated main and co-main events. Sign up now to view this content and more, including future bets posted early. Lastly, follow Bardia on Instagram at Premier Fight Picks and on X at PFP Handicapping for access to free bets, analysis, and fight breakdowns. So, in this fight, Jake Paul loops his shots. That's why he generates so much power. Punches are meant to be nice and crisp and tight. Boom, throw it out, right back to the chin. Good technique, moving the head, feints, all the rest of it. Jake Paul walks forward against smaller opposition and just swings big looping shots. They generate a lot of power, but what it also leaves is openings for counters. You got to keep your hooks tight, okay? You don't swing wild haymakers. Look at that. There's a big opening for a counter. And that is what Mike Tyson's probably going to do in this fight. Now, granted, if Jake Paul goes out there and knocks him out, first off, it's not a good look for Jake Paul. No one's going to talk to him after this. The entire boxing community will probably ostracize him because he's knocking out Mike Tyson at 58 years old. He should go out there and play the game. He should go out, keep him on the end of the jab, have a nice little move around, all in fun and games, all in a nice competitive spirit. Give the people there, all 60,000 of them apparently, give them a show, give them something to watch, give them value for money. Okay, but he's probably not. He's going to go out there and swing like a maniac. He's not going to respect the fact that he is 58 years old. No, he's going to go out there and prove that he's the baddest man on the planet. No, that just proves that he is a delusional bully. But to the point I'm making, Mike Tyson is tight. He's crisp. He's classically trained. The man is a small heavyweight, but he was the youngest heavyweight boxing champion that there's ever been, okay? And he defended the belt many times, and the punch power is off the chain. And they always say the last thing to leave you is power. So in those first round, in the second round, third round it's going to diminish, but in those opening rounds, it's going to be really dangerous for Jake Paul because Mike Tyson, being the smaller heavyweight throughout the entirety of his career, has very quick feet, gets on the inside, sees the opening, bang, crack, left hook to the body, hook, move off. But how long can he keep that going for? It's easy on these clips to edit it all together, throw a few punches, take a few breaths, throw a few punches, take a few breaths. Then you edit it all together and it looks long. I am not knocking Mike Tyson. I hope he goes out there and knocks this guy out. And there's a very good potential of that. There's a very good potential. Jake Paul's probably gonna play it safe. If I'm Jake Paul, or if I'm training Jake Paul, I'll say, listen, we know Mike's gonna be dangerous. He's still got it to a certain degree, but he is 58. Regardless of how hard you train, you can't be in the same shape as a 28-year-old. So just play it safe for this first couple of rounds. Dance around the ring, use your height, use your reach, pump the jab and just circle around. Who cares if the crowd are booing? Try and leave Mike Tyson swinging at fresh air. That's not going to be an easy thing to do, but it will be the safe path to victory. Wait until round 3 when Mike Tyson starts to slow down and then unleash. So what do I think happens? I am hoping and I am praying that Mike Tyson knocks him out, and there's a very good possibility of it, but there's also a possibility on the other side. Anyway, if he does do it, if he becomes the face of boxing and the biggest draw in boxing, and to be fair, that will be somewhat true because he is garnering a lot of attention, selling out big crowds, 60,000 people going. Granted, a lot of that is because of Mike Tyson, because of the nostalgia, because of the old school boxing fans, and also because of Jake Paul. I mean, the man is ridiculously popular with the younger demographic, right? So a lot of it is for Jake Paul as well. But if he goes out there and he knocks out Mike Tyson, that's not a bad look. If he loses to Mike Tyson, that's it. It's a wrap, baby. The career is over. You lost to Tommy Fury, never look for a rematch. Then you're getting knocked out by a 58-year-old guy, a man that should be collecting his pension, sitting on the beach, enjoying the hardships of his career. If he knocks out Jake Paul, I'm telling you, it'll be a little bit embarrassing. I've been knocked out, I've been choked out, but against people my own age, my own size, in their prime, and some of the baddest men on the planet. Not 58-year-old legends. Anyway, after that, he says he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. This, once again, highlights what my issue is. I have no issue with Jake Paul as a person. I don't know him, as I said earlier. Just try and work your way up your weight division. You're a cruiserweight or maybe a light heavyweight. Just work your way up in the boxing world. Take on other top contenders. Try and become the champion in your weight class. Do that and I will respect. But now you're calling out Canelo Alvarez, a man that has been around for a very, very long time and fought at 166 pounds. That's a massive weight jump. Now granted, Canelo Alvarez did call out Alexander Usyk for a fight at 200 pounds, right? Canelo's got balls. He's one of the best boxers of his generation, but Usyk will be having to cut a lot of weight. So it's the exact same thing to a certain degree, just in reverse. When you cut a lot of weight, it's harder to take a shot. The stamina takes a dip and all the rest of it. Either way, who do you think wins in this fight? I will be watching because, yeah, I'll be honest, I am intrigued about this. It is exciting to see Mike Tyson come back. I love the line that he used when Jake Paul gave him a pigeon. He said, "I'll feed it to my falcon."
I wanted you to have this.
Thank you, Jake. Looks like a low budget pedigree, but
I've just never seen someone handle a pigeon. Is it a low budget pigeon?
I'll feed him to my falcon.
Oh.
So that's food for your falcon?
Yeah.
And maybe we're feeding Mike Tyson to the wolves, but I don't know. That remains to be seen. And that's why this is quite an interesting event that's going down this Friday. I'll be watching. I'm going to try and do a live stream from New York. I'll certainly be talking about it afterwards. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell. See you soon.